Hello. I hope you're having a really good day. Today we're going to make some free hit teams for Gameweek 25. As you most probably know, this is a double game week for four of our teams: City, Brentford, Liverpool, and Luton. And if you are still not having enough players from them and you want to capitalize on that week and you're just a little bit short of most of those players, this is the right place to stick. We're going to see the free hit teams that I'm going to prepare. I'm going to be preparing two teams. One will be without Mohamed Salah, and the next one is going to be with him because he may be back for Gaming 25, and we want to be prepared for that. If you enjoy my content and want to see more, you can subscribe to my channel, leave down a comment, like the video, promote it to your friends, all those good stuff. And now let's get started. We're going to start with the no Salah draft, as I want to be prepared for the worst with him or without him to say, and the highest possibility is that he isn't going to be ready for both of the games, but you never know with Salah. He seems to be always prepared. We have to, in those double game weeks, first address of course the double ups, and we have to focus on players from City, Brentford, Liverpool, and Luton. If I have to be perfectly honest, I don't like to go as heavy on all the teams because, as you can see, there's some great fixtures as well. Burnley and Arsenal face against each other, so that's a good fixture for Arsenal players. Newcastle face Bournemouth. Yeah, Bournemouth are alright, but they're still conceding goals. Spurs is facing Wolves, so it's not such an easy game, but Brighton Sheffield is for sure an easy game, so we can target players from Brighton. Also, we are now going to start with the most important player in my opinion for that double game week. It's Erling Haaland. I know I'm recording this video early, but I have to go out, so the game hasn't been played yet between City and Everton, so a lot of things can happen. If those things happen, I'm going to make adjustments to the team, but for now Erling Haaland is the right choice for the team, and that's why I'm choosing him. 14.1, but he is the best possible captain in my opinion. He is nailed, he's on penalties, he's Erling Haaland, and he's scoring a lot. A lot of teams are going to be using the triple captain, and if you are not using the free hit, you will be eligible to use the triple captain as well. But you are not, just captaining Haaland will be for sure enough. When we go to Manchester City, we would like to prepare for their defenders as well. The issue here is that we do not have a nailed one, and the only nailed person in their squad is Ederson. We are picking Ederson for sure. Have in mind that I'm going to be building everything for the starting 11. I'll have one proper sub, and after that is going to be just fillers because it's only a team for 1 week and we don't want to spend a lot of money on that. I believe that I'll be going for a 3-4-3 formation in that no Salah draft, as I want to target as many double attackers as possible, and we can save a lot of the money from saving a player from not getting a player from the caliber of Mohamed Salah. We have now our two City boys. We may go for a triple up, but now let's start adding other players from those double ups, as we want to see how they are looking. I'll be adding back Darwin Núñez. I bought him for my team, but if you don't have him, he is the chaos in the Liverpool team, and I believe that fits his description perfectly. He is a chaos guy and he can do a lot of damage. Darwin and Haaland make a terrifically good partnership up front for your team. They're solid. If Salah is out, Darwin is on penalties with Szoboszlai out as well. Yeah, McAllister can take some, but I believe that Jurgen Klopp will want to boost his morale, so he is going to put Darwin still on penalties, even though he missed one. The next player from Liverpool, if you're not getting Mohamed Salah, is Trent. I'm going to be getting. He is attacking. Yes, he's expensive, but with the money that we have for that free hit, I believe it's going to be more than enough to fit in a Liverpool player there. Targeting the Brentford fixtures seems tricky because they are facing City and Liverpool this week, and this is going to be a tough week for them. But one of their players is so good that it doesn't matter who he faces. That's Ivan Toney. For me, he is a great player, and with his penalty appeal, you want to have penalty takers for the double ups because they take penalties and they score goals from those penalties. So having Ivan Toney is always a good thing. The Luton penalty taker is Carlton Morris, but he isn't, first of all, nailed. Second of all, he's a forward, and I believe those 3 forwards are way better than him. Speaking about Luton, I still want to add 1 player from their side, and that's going to be Doughty. I believe that having a double up player from Luton is not a mistake, especially when you get their set piece taker and the guy who is attacking the most. So adding a Luton player here seems like a reasonable thing to do, and for me he should be starting if you have him. Now the next thing we are going to do is look at the fixture. So we have our 6 double ups this week. I believe that's more than enough. Maybe we can add 1 more here and there, but let's now focus on other fixtures. As already mentioned, we have Sheffield Brighton. The only thing for sure here is that Joao Pedro is going to miss a lot of time. So that means that a player like Evan Ferguson is most likely going to be a regular starter, but we already have our double ups. Players like Mitoma, Adingra are coming back from international duty, so they can be your players as well here. But I will be targeting Gross, as he's their set piece taker, and he's most probably on penalties with Milner and Joao Pedro out. Yeah, there is Welbeck, but I believe Pascal Gross is going to take those penalties, so I'm going to add Pascal Gross into the side immediately. He's cheap, he's reliable, you can expect a lot of good stuff from him, so he goes right back into the squad. Next up, from Arsenal points of view, they face Burnley, so I'm going to add their best player, that is Saka. We already have us Arsenal midfielder here, a Brighton midfielder, we have our double up, so we are with a great core, and here now we can look for a little bit of a differentiate of players and just pick the best possible players. Newcastle, their best player being Gordon, is out with an injury, so I'm steering away. Bournemouth's fixture against Newcastle is still tough, and the only player that I care about is Solanke, so I'm not picking anyone apart from those 3 forwards in that lineup. Next we have Spurs. Spurs tend to score a lot of goals, and Heung-min Son is back to the squad. That means that if we manage to fit him in, that's going to be great, and he will have played Gameweek 24. It will be for the future for me, but in the past for you. So yeah, they play today my time at 5, so yeah, I'm recording this pretty early, but I wanted to be ready for the upcoming fixture. So we'll add Son as our penalty taker from Spurs, and that leaves us with a lot of money issues potentially. So we have so many expensive players. That means that I need to fit in someone cheap, and I'm going to go to the goalkeepers department, sorted by the max price. No, I'm not picking Kelleher because I'm not using my money on him. I will be picking someone cheap. Can we sort by price? Okay, 4.2. We're going to the next page. Okay, I'm picking Foster. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to pick another Spurs player, so he's just a filler on my bench. The same thing. Let's pick our third defender here. That's going to start. I'm deliberating between an Arsenal player and Brighton player, but with the attacking potential of Estupiñán, they have a European fixture after that, so it's tough to decide. But yeah, I'm still going to go for Estupiñán. So Estupiñán, yeah, it's okay, you don't see him, so let's put Estupiñán back in. So those are the 3 starting players in defense. We're going to go for a bench filler option, and I believe that Tomiyasu, how expensive is he? This is going to be our 4th player that is going to be a differential here. Not a differential, but no, he's not nailed. Let's put someone nailed. Like, which fixtures do we have? We have Brighton, so we are going for... no, we already picked for Brighton. Okay, Everton. Yeah, I'm going with Brantwaite as my sub, a starting sub. He's cheap, he's reliable, so we can always rely on him. We are going for now a cheap defender that is with the maximum price of 4.1. We are going to the bottom, and we are picking out the Hill from Burnley. He is still playing. sometimes, not so regularly, but he's getting those minutes. He's here. I will be not using him in my free hit, so yeah, that's why he is here. Now we go to midfielders to see the cheapest midfielder possible, and that price is going to be 4.2 from Chelsea. Okay, so that leaves us with 8.3. Let's go now and decide our 8.3 midfielder. We have the choice of Diogo Jota, Bruno Fernandes, Foden, Maddison, Bowen, Martinelli, Luis Diaz, Richarlison. Yeah, a lot of great players. But the thing is, I want to focus on the double ups even more. And we already have an attacking player duo from Liverpool. Yeah, Trent is considered an attacking player. And we have a City defender, of course. But I believe Foden is a great player to pick here, as he is going to most probably play all the time, and that means that we are all Gucci here from the budget. Go to the 4.3 midfielders and just pick Chukwuemeka, and I believe that this, let's draw it, so this is going to be the starting 11 with Brent Waite as a sub, with the Hugh as a non-playing player, Chukwuemeka non-playing, so we have a pretty strong foundation of players, and I believe that this team can get us a lot of points. Of course, we're picking Haaland as our captain, as he's having 2 home fixtures and he is great, and with most probably people picking him as his triple captain if they're not using the free hit. That means that if you don't captain him, you're going to struggle a lot. So to avoid that, we are picking the guys like that. If you want to get a playing player instead of Chukwuemeka, you can go for it, but I believe having those money just to operate around your site is a great thing to do. So if you want, you can just remember that team or just reference the video whenever you feel like. But now let's go and pick our Salah draft. So I'm going to remove everyone from our starting 11. I'm going to just keep the bench, as they are going to be the bench no matter what. Yeah, if Salah is confirmed, you're not going to bench him. So let's start by adding most important player in the team, that's Mohamed Salah. So Salah, I know he's out, expected 17th of February, that's next week, so yeah, we're starting with Salah. Getting Salah doesn't mean that we're not getting Haaland, so Haaland is back into the side. We want to still own a Liverpool and Manchester City defender, as they're doing pretty well, and still own Doughty, so Doughty is in no matter what. Ederson is going to be back in, as he is the nailed player. Now, talking about nailed players from Liverpool, Virgil is way more nailed than the rest of the defenders apart from Trent, so I'm going to pick Virgil. That leaves us with a little bit of a room to maneuver, and with so little space to maneuver, we need to reference another double game week player, and that's going to be Adebayo. Yeah, he's rising in price, but that's for certainty a good thing. He has been scoring a lot lately. I know that he's facing United and Liverpool, but that doesn't mean that he isn't going to score. So we have our 6 double ups, but that doesn't mean that we're stopping there. I'm still adding Ivan Toney to that lineup, as he is performing great. We're adding Pascal Gross, as he is cheap and reliable. The issue here is that we do not have enough money for Son and a lot of more players, so we will have to just rely on Maddison. Yeah, Maddison went on that side, so it will be a little bit more difficult to see, but we're going to circle the players. That leaves us with 15 million to finish up our teams, and that's more than enough money to fit in a player like let's say Estupinian once again. Why not? Let's pick Estupinian. And that means we have 10 million, so we can go for Son. That's great. So we're going for Son. Yeah. We're adding it here. We then can go to one more attacker from City, I guess so. Yes, we can go for Foden as well. So the only issue here is that we do not have an Arsenal player, which is still an issue, by the way. So we can replace Son and Foden with Maddison and Saka. And I believe here we have a penalty taker. That will be a mistake. So yeah, I will be keeping that, and we can go to Chukwuemeka. So yeah, that's the lineup. Not a lot of changes. So Salah, Adebayo, and that's the difference. Salah and Adebayo versus Saka and Darwin. So yeah, that's basically it. So if you want to have this attacking, yeah, and Trent is gone for Virgil. So yeah, a little bit of a downgrade to the side compared to that, but you still have Salah, and this will going to be your starting lineup once again. So you have the same teams in defense, just Virgil instead of Trent. You have Salah instead of Saka, so that's not a big loss. And Adebayo instead of Darwin. Yeah, that does not sound great, but still a double game week player. And you still got Salah, who is like the best player in the Prem. So yeah, you have a lot of options. I hope you enjoyed those free hit teams. I'm going to prepare many more videos during the week for that game week player. I'm going to prepare a transfer target list for you to target if you are only owning transfer 1 or 2 or something like that. If you don't want to use the free hit, we will talk about it. We will talk about if it's a good thing to use the triple captaincy. We're going to revisit my chip strategy at some point during the week, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I promise you that. Now I will need to go away. I hope that you enjoy my videos. If anything happens to any of those players, of course, we're going to replace him. And we're going to prepare one last final free hit team for you at the end of the week. But for now, this is a good foundation for you to look at. And in my opinion, it's one of the better free hit teams you're going to see this week. So if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel, give a like, do all those great stuff. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye!